Hi, Barb. Love you, babe.
What an excellent day for an August.
You'd like that?
What are you, fucking nuts?
You listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish, understand?
I want you to pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
Welcome, horror fiends, to our little show titled What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to give us a listen. Round the horn, as always, are my fellow horror nerds Danny C., Joe T. Whoa, wait, scratch that. Those nerds are not in the building today, so let's try that one again. Around the horn, this time out, is David and JC. Okay, much better. So why the 50% tonight, you ask? Well, one is on vacation, ignoring our pleas to stay out of the ocean during Shark Week, and the other, not too sure he wants to dive into this content. See, tonight, dear listeners, Dave and JC grab all the mics, take the entire floor, and finally talk about a movie they absolutely love. You may have heard about this one in past episodes. I'm talking 2008's Lake Mungo. This well-made, convincing, slow-burn paranormal mockumentary is soaked in creepy atmosphere, family grief, and spooky images that... Wait. Shh. Hear that? Is that actual silence I hear following my praise for this movie? What, no snappy comebacks from the found footage hating firing squad? Holy shit, Dave. Looks like no time wasted defending this one tonight. Hands down, and no need to protect ourselves at all times. 95% rated on Rotten Tomatoes, located on most top found footage mockumentary lists, let us uninterruptedly heap praise and give this well-deserving movie its due. Oh, and as a bonus to our horror fiend Gen Xers out there, the two resident oldies of this show will take a nostalgic stroll back to a time where Fangoria ruled the magazine stands and was the only way us horror fanatics kept up to date on all the news and notes of our favorite genre. How did Fangoria impact us and our horror fandom? What covers did we love the most? Hear us reminisce about growing up in the 80s when every month had us salivating for that next issue. All that and more covered tonight. So here we go, dear listeners. Time to unleash Lake Mungo without the need to defend. And let's talk some damn horror, shall we? Found footage mockumentary done right style. So, welcome listeners.
Great intro.
Great intro as always. We got a cool episode for the listeners. So I think both Danny C and Joe T are probably working today. I think they are.
I'm not sure what's happening.
We skipped work. We called out sick.
Well, I was granted off.
As was I. If anybody's listening, I took PTO to finally talk about a movie that we've been wanting to talk about for a while. However, we got got
one guy that shits on it, and one guy that recently admitted to not going beyond 15 minutes.
Yeah. And then you get those little cryptic texts yesterday about, I need to fall asleep, so let me put Lake Mungo on. I really think they're the only two individuals that just don't get that movie. Because everywhere else, that movie is just, everybody talks about it, how good it is.
And it's fucked up, too, that I'm really not a huge found footage guy. Like, I'm not a fan of the subgenre. But I realize some of my favorite movies are this, Wreck.
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Yeah.
Fucking The Last Broadcast.
Yes.
Like I would say all of them could, well, you know what, I'll be fair because I haven't thought it fully through. But I would say at least in my top 30.
Let me add another one on there. But a movie called on Tubi, streaming on Tubi, called Butterfly Kisses.
I've seen it on there.
Okay.
I don't
I
think
broke
I've
down
watched
and
it
I
yet.
watched it. Because I was watching a video. I forget who was doing it. And they were talking about best found footage horror movies, and everybody had Butterfly Kisses on their list. I'm like, I gotta check it out. Streaming free on Tubi. I watched it the other night. Last night I did the movie we're going to talk about, Lake Mungo, today, but the night before I watched Butterfly Kisses. I fucking enjoyed it, man. Maybe it's just me because it's found footage, and I love found footage horror, but it was good. It was basically cool concept of an urban legend, Peeping Tom. So in Maryland, there is a train tracks, a tunnel, right? And if you go at night, at midnight, and you stare down the tunnel without blinking, you can't blink for an hour, which is bullshit.
So I'm not doing it because
no one
I can't go a quarter second without it. You know what? I did start watching it.
Yes.
I know it piqued my interest enough to put it on my list. And yeah, I think I was one of those like midnight head at the bed, let me throw it on, and didn't. But I do remember the tunnel.
Yeah. So
okay.
So you look down, and no one can do it. Obviously, you can't not blink for an hour. So they tried to get people. This one guy who says I could fucking not blink for the longest time. After 15 minutes, he was fucking shot. So they set up a camera, and the camera acts as a human eye that it's not going to blink. So they set up the camera down there, and then what they see, and then so these are found footage tapes that you find. These individuals, they're missing. They found this dude finds the tapes in his basement. He's a filmmaker. So everybody believes that he's bullshitting, right? Because he wants to cut the tape and this is just something you fucking created because he's a filmmaker. But the shit is real. And it's him trying to get his break in filmmaking to have something like this that was real and have all these tapes. I fucking loved it, man. Butterfly Kisses. It was creepy. It had some, there was no blood or gore really in it, but it was just a cool concept, a cool movie. And like a lot of found footage horror, that's what you're going into, right? You're going into for the idea and the concept and the creepiness of it.
Yeah. Again, I'm surprised how much of these I actually like, considering what got me into horror was the 80s slashers. So I just need that, no thinking, no nothing, just go into it, watch people get carved up a bunch and, move on. So the fact that, I'm realizing how many more of these slow burns, found footage again, like the mockumentaries. So
and that's what I want in my found footage too. I want that slow burn. I want that creepiness, that dread when we talk about Lake Mungo here. But
as long as it's not, and I know I'm going to get shit from somebody for saying this. Yeah, I guess slow is fine as long as it's building some kind of tension.
Of course.
That it's not boring. And I guess for the longest time, I just associated slow with, okay, nothing's happening. It's going to get boring. Some still may go by that policy. That's the way it is.
I think many still go by that policy, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So Butterfly Kisses, man. If you get a chance to watch it, it's definitely worth a watch. The tunnel is real. It's actually in Maryland where they shot this. So of course I have a Baltimore service center that I oversee. So right there I'm Googling, okay, how far is it from there? It's literally 15 minutes.
Now, so is there like an urban legend with the tunnel, or is it just an old tunnel that they shot this?
They built the urban legend for the movie. So it's out there. The director planted seeds on the internet of this Peeping Tom urban legend and everything. So I'm sure you could find it out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say, that area is haunted. I was reading up on that area a little bit, but I don't think anything to this extent with this type of legend.
Yeah.
But you know me, man. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to fucking stare and not blink.
Get some footage, man.
Get some footage.
Film some shit, and we're going to have to make a montage of any of the places we visited.
Yeah.
As of now, it's the places you visited. While we're all sitting on our asses and just doing
Hell House, Exorcist Steps.
Yeah.
All that shit.
And I was so pissed. I don't know if I mentioned it before. The last eclipse, the 2017 one.
Okay.
Again, with the kid being like huge into space and all, he wanted to go somewhere like for a camping trip that would be like in the sweet zone. So he looked it up and found out Charleston was, part of the, the sweet spot there. Just so happens one of his old friends from grade school, his family moved down there. So we ended up going camping just out of town. And on the way back, I think we were supposed to come back on Thursday. We got a rental, drove down there. As we were, I think it was like Wednesday, he's like, you know what? He's like, I've never been there. And he's like, we're going to be driving right past it. But he's like, can we go hang out in DC when we leave? So I called up the rental place. I said, can I get an extra day on the car? They said, yeah, it's free and all. So that Thursday we drove up to Virginia, got a room for the night. And then the next morning just got up and spent the day in DC. We were probably halfway home after we left there. And it hit me like, we didn't go to the fucking steps. Like we were right in that general neck of the woods. And I was so pissed.
Yeah. It was, well, for me, obviously, it was a great feeling to walk those stairs, man.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's wish Danny C a good vacation. By the time this drops,
safe swimming.
Yeah, we'll know whether or not he's got a chunk of his ass bitten out because he neglected my my warnings. So enjoy your vacation, Danny C. And Joe T. I think he's just chilling. I don't know. I don't think Joe T's going anywhere. I think he's just working today, so he's not joining us.
And enjoying life a little bit.
Yeah, and the fact that he hates this movie, so he doesn't want to talk about it.
So he's uninvited to our filleting of this movie.
And we got a twofer today, right? So we're gonna you and I, right? We're Gen X, right? So we're the older of the group, right? The nostalgic ones. So we're going to touch on Fangoria too, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about when we first discovered Fangoria magazine, what it meant to us, right? How it got us into horror, some of the cool covers, things like that. So,
yeah. Oh, another one real quick that I started watching last night. Obviously, I was skeptical because of the article, but I think it was something I was eyeballing anyway, so I gave it a shot, or started last night. I was hoping to finish it today. The movie Found from 2012.
Found. I don't think I know that one.
I don't think it's an exclusive, but it's on Tubi now. So when I looked it up and saw that, I was a little more skeptical, but I saw an article online somewhere saying, it's this new super disturbing movie. They didn't make claims of people throwing up or walking out of a theater, but they did say that some are on the fence as to whether or not it's more disturbing than a certain film from Serbia. So when I saw that, it's like, all right.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. But
I don't know if anything more disturbing than that.
Even I'll admit it. That's a tough one to get over. So I'm probably about halfway in so far, and
good.
I definitely like the premise, and it's at a point. We'll see where it goes. I could see the potential of this being really fucked up.
Okay.
And I'm kind of hoping they that pays off. Because it would be nice to have more Tubi movies that I give credit to, and not just for some guilty pleasure watch.
Yeah, not just lowlifes, right?
Yeah.
Tubi, you're only good for lowlifes. There's a movie too that I noted too was on the same video that I watched for like the best found footage, and this dude's mentioned that he liked Savage Land.
Okay.
Did you ever hear of Savage Land?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, something. I think it's a found footage in Mexico. The whole town disappears or some shit like that, and there's all these things in the pictures. I got to check it out, but it looks pretty good.
Wait, things in the pictures like Alice Palmer?
Like Alice Palmer, yeah, like Alice Palmer, right? Those subtle little background images. You know what's funny too? I I never watched the credits of Lake Mungo until last night, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah,
I just added a whole new element to it.
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
I tell you.
I only did because actually it was the same guy that not only pushed me over the edge to check out Bad Ben, but it was also the same guy where I was like, you know what, I got to watch this movie Martyrs. So
okay.
when he did his talk on Lake Mungo, he did spoil the shit out of it. Now there was enough of a gap from that review. It was probably like another year before I actually sat to watch it. And I do remember him mentioning about the credits, but it's still fucking unnerving. Like, even if you know what's going on, it still fucks with you. And I've heard people say like, all right, that's dumb. Like, I thought that just added a whole other layer to it.
Yeah. Well, let's dive right in, man. You know, the two of us have been chomping at the bit to try to talk about this movie. Every time we bring it up, we get shot down.
Except for me, that I was willing to wait till 2:00.
I'm going to put it on record because I've been texting it. Joe T, I'm telling you, dude, you love Skinamarink and you love Lake Mungo secretly, but you do.
What is it they say like
it's
about
reverse psychology that he's using on us?
Yeah, you know how they say like with homophobes, like, oh, you're just gay and this is your way of like it's the same logic.
Yeah. So I'm convinced he's going to have to convince me otherwise, but I'm convinced. Every time he says, you know, I'm even thinking that way about Blumhouse. I think he fucking loves Blumhouse because it's always fuck Blumhouse, fuck Skinamarink, and fuck
that's
like Mungo.
And that's why I mentioned it before about I think it was one of the last two shows when I mentioned, like, I feel like the way the rants have been going, it's like Blumhouse made two movies and they're being judged by those two movies.
Yeah. Listen, I'm right there. I think Blumhouse absolutely shit the bed when it came to The Exorcist and like all the Night Swim and the fucking teddy bear movie. I'm not even going to get into that fucking shit.
Yeah, they have been fucking up a lot.
They have. But all they have to do is give it to a capable director and let him run with it. Stay out of his fucking way. Support when you need to support. Get out of the way and let him put his vision on film. That's
support
it.
Financially and sit at home.
That's it. So go ahead.
Oh, one other thing. So I was listening to the Hot Takes episode, just see how it came out, and sorry, for research purposes.
Of course.
Did you see In a Violent Nature yet?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No, not yet.
we'll get it.
Not yet. I'm torn, Dave. I
thought Danny said he because when you brought it up about you weren't sure about like to rent it or to buy it, and he's like, oh, I rented it. So I thought he saw it too, and then when I asked him about it, he's like, oh no, I didn't watch it yet. So, but yeah, there was something about that movie that came up in the Hot Takes episode. Even though it's not really a spoiler, I'm still going to let it go for now until you guys watch it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have, I'm still torn, man. I'm torn between, renting it, it's $8, and then to buy it is what, like 13, 14. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. If you're going to rent it, you might as well spend the other $5 and just own it. That's the way my mind works anyway. But then I know it's going to drop on Shudder. It's not dropping on Shudder in July, though, because I saw Shudder's full slate of releases for July, and it's not there. So
now I know most of the streaming things are like regional, because I know that was always a pitch for like VPNs where they say, oh, well, if you switch your country, you can access their Netflix lineup. But I did hear a couple weeks ago that they announced that August 1st is going to be the New Zealand, Australia theatrical release.
Oh, okay.
For the movie. So I don't know if they're going to wait until it's 100% out of theaters, because if that's the case, then, at this point we might be waiting until like Halloween for that shit to be on streaming. Or unless they give it to us now and then sit on it, down under until it leaves theaters, but we'll see.
Yeah. And I already saw like a little bootleg, someone put it out there of The Kill, So I could probably watch to kill if I wanted, but I'm not going to touch it though. I'd rather see the entire movie as opposed to one scene.
I mean, the movie's very video game-like.
Yeah.
You know, it's just walk, 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 kill, walk, 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 kill. All right, a little bit of conversation, more walking, more killing. So if you were to watch this scene, yeah, it is fun to watch in the context of everything, but I guess there really isn't context.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, yeah, I won't tell you to watch that or to not watch it.
I'll eventually see it. There's a lot. I mean, now we start rolling downhill now. Now we got, you had Maxine this past week, then you got Longlegs next week, Deadpool Wolverine, right? The week of the 26th or whenever that is. So, and then you go right into Alien, the beginning of August.
I was going to ask when the date was for.
Yeah, I think it's August 4th. I believe it's August 4th. So it's the day before we go to Monster Mania.
Okay.
That it comes out. So and that one I'm looking forward to. But we are here to talk Lake Mungo.
Yes. Finally.
Yes.
Finally.
And this was part of that After Dark Horror Fest.
Yes.
Right? So you remember back then in 2008, 2009, I used to have all these movies that were produced, I guess, under this company or whatever it was, a festival type thing. And I always used to see it in Fangoria that they used to announce like the After Dark Fest, and it was like 7 or 8 movies. And
yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was like a top 8 type thing.
Yeah, 8 films to die for, shit like that.
All right, that's what I was thinking of.
Lake Mungo, man, I gave it a watch last night again, and same rules apply, man. This fucking movie is just something about this movie.
It's simplistic, but
it's haunting.
I don't want to say perfect, but the way it's executed, it's just, you're kind of on edge the whole time. Like we were, again, talking about with the hot takes, like, is it scary? No, but you definitely feel uneasy.
Yeah.
I'd say by the end of the first act, in the beginning, they're just establishing like, shit happened. They're kind of getting everyone's reactions to it. But once it starts with Matthew and the photos and all, it just gets creepy.
Yeah. And we're gonna, for our listeners, stop it right here if you haven't seen it. Right? We spoil everything, so you know us by now. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie. So please,
right now, if you have not yet watched it and you intend to, stick around through the credits.
Exactly, right? Because I didn't do that the first couple of times. And last night, I'm like, oh, there's more scenes. Look at this. You know what it was about this movie too? It was atmospheric. It was just like I loved when they cut to different like scenes or something like that. They just showed like the sky and like the different colors and the moving stars, like everything was moving quick, and then they come back down on the house and it's lit up.
Time lapse of the sky.
Yeah. It's just very like that. It has that atmosphere. Like I said, everything about this movie is just dread. It's just mood, and those movies I love. And when you throw ghosts in there, and it doesn't have to be jump scare. Oh my god, a gore. No, I like these type of movies too, where it's like, what the fuck was that in the background? Holy shit. And just like, that's what I love too. And it's not for everyone, and I get that.
And again, I guess it's more of a me thing, but like I said, I could watch supernatural haunted house movies all day long.
Me too.
And depending on how it plays out otherwise, like there's some movies I'll be sitting there and like laughing my balls off at it. As soon as the sun goes down though, what was that noise? What was it? Did I just see, like, I swear to God, last night, it felt like, I'm guessing it's just those fucking floaters in my eyeballs, but actually as I was watching the movie, and it just happened to be after the sun went down, and I kept feeling like somebody was walking through my foyer into the kitchen. And, it was just that split second, like it wasn't like I just saw a little dot or something. Like I felt like a sizable something. I don't want to say like I saw a shadow, a shadow man walking across, but it was more than just a little dot out of the corner of my eye. And that really fucked with me. But this is one, again, that last night it's probably like 8 times I've watched this. And last night is when I really noticed how good even the fucking sound design was on it. Just the little sting. I mean, you have like the scene and then...
we're going to get to that scene.
But yeah, my whole point of even bringing that up was, not only did the sound design like really accent the creepiness of the whole thing, but they did it multiple times throughout the movie where, like when they're going over the old video footage of when Matthew set the cameras up and they found the neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
When they pause the video and then zoom in to like one specific thing, again, I think it's more of a nighttime thing, but when movies do shit like that, where they'll take like old grainy video and then they'll pause and zoom in to focus on something and just sit on it, that fucks me up every time. And they did it probably, at least 4 times throughout the movie. Yeah. So,
and the cool thing was, and we'll get into the whole credits that kind of proved a lot of points when you were looking at the pictures again. Right, even the ones that he faked, right?
Yeah. But actually, they were showing the ones he faked.
Exactly. And then you could see she was still there. She was just in a different area where he was faking it.
Like the joke, like when I edit videos, like part of me wants to throw like little shit in it, and then like the chain will move. I'm like, I don't even have to doctor these fucking videos because enough creepy shit's going on down there.
Yeah, I had a just little sidetrack here. So 2 nights ago, I was up fucking late. I was downstairs. Barb was already sleeping, and I was watching something. And Annabelle's my dog was in her bed, and she just like jumped, and I don't know why she did it. And when she jumped, she has this real hard, like chewy, like bone that she chews on, right? It's like a one of those, not a greeny type bone, but rawhide type thing. Yeah. Anyway, she, I heard it like scrape, like it makes a sound when she moves it on the hardwood floor. It makes a sound, and I heard that, but the bone was nowhere near her bed. It was on the rug. So I'm like, she had no toys by her bed, but she literally jumped out of bed, like moved the entire bed, and I heard that sound. And like for the next like 10 minutes, she was just staring at that area. And I'm like, fuck me. What the fuck is going on? So you know me, I start walking upstairs. I go check the horror man cave, make sure that this fucking clown is still there.
Make sure he ain't dancing around.
But that was creepy.
On a similar note, I remember like for a long time always hearing about like those who are like hardcore into like actual like supernatural stuff. They always say like pets and small children, they're most likely to pick up shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first got married, she was always a like cat person. So I remember like even like, and the house was built in 85. Remember that glorious year, 1985?
Oh, beautiful year. Good year for horror, man. We should do an episode on that.
Yeah, I got some thoughts. So, but yeah, we were hanging out, and I always noticed. So you got her living again. It's a small house. It's like just under 1,200 feet, but it's one of those you walk in the front door and you just got that like 12 foot by 4 foot hallway that connects. Like you make a left, you go into the living room, or you go straight into the kitchen. So we don't have like an actual, like there's not like an actual foyer, but a little hallway. And then when you walk in the front door, you could just make a right and come up here. So yeah, and like the first year we were here, her fucking cat would always sit in that hallway, just staring up the steps, like looking up the stairwell. And in the beginning, it was just like, oh, what's a bug or something got in there. But I noticed it would always do it. Like the whole time that thing lived here. Like it was always doing that. And then when Charlie was born, I'd say until he was a year and a half, maybe. Same thing. Like our TV would kind of be facing that direction at the time. So he would be in his little bouncer chair, and I would notice like he'd be, watching, I think it was like Baby Einstein and shit, and he would just be like, and then he would just randomly, like the TV's here, the staircase is here, and he would, be doing, he just
sense things, man. They sense things.
And it was before he was fully talking. So, but I'm sitting like, what do you see? What's going on? What's going on? But the fact that the cat and when he was a baby always focused on that one spot, but that's not where I was seeing shadows last night. So it was about 10 feet over. All right. So anyhow, Lake Mungo, amazing movie, creepy as shit.
Yes. Don't spill that coffee. So what I love about this movie too is that, again, just like when I talked with Cognetti, right, and he brought up this movie on the interview, it's just the scares are subtle, right? They're in the background, and this movie offers a lot lurking in the background for the most observant to find it.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I love about, because it's like all these different shots. You're always kind of, when I watch a horror movie, especially found footage or something like this, I want to look at everything in the background. And that's what's cool about it, because you're looking for little things that maybe later on in the movie they'll come back to and say, oh, yep, I saw that.
All they got to do is, especially if you're doing shit like that, and this is a case, and same thing with the Hell House movies, as long as it's good enough that you want to watch it again, trust me, you're getting a new movie every rewatch.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And you could definitely, because he said that was like one of his big influences, right?
Yeah.
I know he said he liked it, but I thought he said he kind of had that movie in mind.
Yeah.
When he was doing this, and I think he nailed that aspect of it.
Yeah, Joel Anderson, he did this movie Lake Mungo. He calls it a supernatural thriller, and it's such an exploration of grief, right? And that's what I love about this movie too, because I guess for those that don't know this movie, right, the premise starts out that, the movie starts where their daughter, again, we're going to spoil the shit out of it.
It's a family vacation.
Yeah, family vacation. She goes
go to
missing.
a little lake.
She ends up drowning, right? And so now after she drowns, after they find, the father goes identify the body, and now I guess the son starts, he gets into photography, and he starts setting up cameras, and he starts seeing images, and some of them is of his own doing, because I think he wanted the body to be exhumed so he can kind of get closure, because the mother never had closure. The father did, because he identified the body.
Yeah,
so he was inserting her.
Mom had the option to go as well, and she's like, I'm just going to stay in the car.
Yeah.
So once all this shit started surfacing, now the mom's like, oh, that definitely wasn't my daughter that died. Like, you need to dig her up and prove that it was someone else's kid.
Which they do. They do a DNA, and it proves it, right? And then it kind of, goes down the guy Ray, that is, I guess he's a psychic, right? Who actually talked to Alice, because Alice would go, the daughter had dreams, right? So she has these fucked up dreams. And what's cool about it is she's actually dreaming about things that haven't happened yet, right? And hence the scene, right, at the end.
I feel like something bad is going to happen to me. I feel like something bad has happened to me.
Exactly.
And it hasn't gotten here yet. Like, that alone is
right there, creepy. Man.
Yeah. Right. And that's how they open the movie. It's that, I mean, you don't understand the context at the time, when they replay that part of the therapy or whatever, obviously it makes all the sense in the world. But when they open up the movie and you hear that, shit, what the hell's going on? Yeah. Like they do kind of grab you right from the beginning with that line.
Exactly. And then you see it kind of like playing out as the movie's going on. Like, so when they have the scene where she's talking to Ray, who befriends the family. However, he almost betrays them a little bit, because he never really tells the mother and father that, hey, your daughter came to me to talk about these things, right? Which kind of sucks. You should don't. Yeah.
Wasn't that another case they found like in her diary or one of the tapes or something? They found the recordings from those sessions.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the recordings was a dream that she was having about
her mom. Yeah.
Coming in back in, and okay, now she's walking through the hallway and she's coming in the room, but she doesn't see me, right? And that is actually when they're moving at the end. So she's already been dead, and so that walk through the house that she's talking to the psychic about didn't even happen yet.
Yeah.
And it's cool how they mirrored them as she's talking.
And you got the mom saying like, I was in Alice's room and she was sitting on the bed, and and I don't know.
Yeah, both versions of it.
I guess it qualifies as a twist, but that's what I mean. Like, it was a creepy enough movie, but then you got, all these added things like that. Like, you hear the story of the mom saying about like, oh, I was in a room, and even the dad had an experience too, where she came in yelling at him to get out.
Yep.
And, it's just like, oh my God, they saw this spooky thing. But then later in the movie, you hear Alice talking to the guy and saying like, oh yeah, I had a dream that, my mom, and then I had this dream with my dad where they were in my room and I flipped out on them, or this happened. It was like they couldn't see me or something like that. And like I said, the shit was already creepy enough. And then it's like,
and you weren't really scared of it. Like, listen, you're not going to go into this movie like, ooh, Alice is a scary demon. She's a ghost. You're not scared of her, right? It's just you're following along the grief of this fan. And by the way, I'm sorry for this type of movie. I know it's an Australian movie. The acting was fucking superb.
I heard somebody mention like, oh my God, this is like the worst acting ever. But
what the fuck are you watching?
To me, it passed as, well, if it's supposed to be a documentary.
Exactly.
So if you're watching it with that, how many documentaries have you heard? I mean, especially any like true crime docs, you get the, you got the mom who committed the murders, but they're showing the interviews where she was like, I miss my, like, that's some shitty acting. But in this, they were just supposed to be people. Like, there was one, was it the boyfriend or was it just a guy friend of hers?
I think it was the boyfriend, the kid. Yeah.
And there was like one or 2 points that originally it kind of took me out of it, because he was like smirking as he was talking about like when they found the body on this rewatch in particular. I again, it could have just been a shitty acting choice, or he, like, a part of me was almost taking that one as like he was smirking as in like, oh, this is a joke. Like, he didn't really believe that they finally found her dead body. Yeah. So I don't know if that was like a nervous tick. Again, going back to like the grief thing, like he was laughing because, oh, this is so unbelievable. Like, this didn't actually happen. And he's almost thinking it's a prank. Or again, maybe it was just a shitty acting choice. Yeah. But other than that, they were boring, monotone deliveries. But again, that's what you get in a documentary.
Yeah, and that's what you spoiled. That's what I wanted. I wanted that grief. You're following this family who just realized that their daughter drowned, and then as the movie goes on, they're seeing this hidden side of their daughter, this other life that she led that they didn't, and we'll get into that that they didn't know about. I thought the players, right? The mother, father, the son, even Ray to an extent, those that were, that kind of drove this movie. I thought they did great. I thought they were believable. Listening to the mom talk and everything, just the pain in her voice and everything, it sounds like she did lose a child, right? So when people say, "Oh, the actor," I don't know what the fuck you're watching, man. What are you looking for here? The acting fit perfectly to the tone of this movie.
Not to go super dark with this, but for anybody that did see it as bad acting, have you lost a child? Like, how do you, like, exactly. You don't know how you're going to react. Yeah. I mean, all right, fuck it. I'll go there.
Yeah, listen, absolutely.
When Charlie passed, the day he fucking passed, there was probably like an hour or two where it was like, get the fuck away from me. We were, like, after the fact, we were still there probably a good 8-9 hours till they reached the point like, we got to move him. But after that first 2 hours, a lot of counselors were coming in, like his nurses that were with him for, most of the year. And it was us just telling stories and laughing about it. This is hours after we lost him.
Yeah.
And it was like, we were, and some would say like, oh, well, that's fucked up. How could you be laughing not moments, but just a few hours after? And it's just like, your brain is so all over the fucking place. Yeah. That's why anybody who ever asked me like, how you feeling? I said, you know what? I'm menopausal. Like, it's 12 different emotions at the same time.
Sure, I can imagine.
None of them are dominating. So,
and everybody grieves differently. I mean, again, you're a perfect example. You've just, unfortunately, went through something terrible like that. So,
I didn't want to have to find out how acting worked with that, but
yeah.
But yeah, and some could have witnessed that day and again been like, oh, well, that's obviously you don't care. Look at the way you're, giggling. And, it was in the context of sharing like a fond memory.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to remember. You're supposed to, reminisce and try to get to a better place, right? For the times that you spent with that individual. So
yeah. So, and there were times where, that's my default in life anyway, but, going off on like a tangent and then I just go like almost like robotic and like, yeah. And then the thing happened and stuff like that. But that became even more so that day. So It's again, like even if some of these characters in the movie went stale or this or that, like, chances are these people don't understand like how
no one can tell you how to
is.
Act and feel, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're faced with something like that, it's there is no wrong answer as to how you show up during that time and what you say.
Unless you're actively saying like, yay, it finally happened, with any family member, that might be a little over the line, but other than that, yeah. So anyhow, people have criticized the acting in the movie. I don't necessarily agree with it because to me it came off more genuinely as a documentary.
Exactly. So, so that scene,
like the scene,
that fucking scene, that fucking clown, that fucking scene. This scene is talked about, right? Whenever you talk horror, whenever you talk about, horrifying scenes in a movie, especially found footage.
This is Jigsaw getting off the bathroom floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
this scene always shows up. And people are just like horrified by this scene. And it's not, it's scary. Don't get me wrong. And I noticed when I watched last night, as you see her walking towards, so basically we're gonna spoil the shit out of this, and I'm sure hopefully you got the warning already.
You've all been warned about 22 times in this episode.
Yeah. So what Alice
goes on a trip. Was it a class trip or was it just a friend's trip?
It was a school trip. It was a class trip to Lake Mungo. She goes on this trip, right, and she's just in a bad headspace. She's got a lot going on.
She wanders off for a little bit.
She does. She's scared, right? Because she's having these dreams. She knows something bad's gonna happen, and she's filming on her phone. And in the distance, you start to see this figure just start walking towards her, right? And as she's getting closer and closer, you realize that it's the same image. It's the same figure of what she looked like when she was found, in the water for that long.
When Dad identified the body.
The dad identified the body, the face, the bloating, the water, and she's walking towards it. So basically, it's her future dead body telling her, you're going to die soon. And this is what you're going to be. And that is just like, I get chills even talking about it now. That
and I still can't, after like 15 seconds, I have my brain farts and internal tangents. So for me to watch a movie, especially if I'm watching by myself, like, so that's just under a 90-minute movie, It took me 3 hours to watch. Because then I'll pause and it's like, oh, let me go in the kitchen and do this thing, or oh, I got a notification. Let me see about that. Or, you know, might step outside to the car. Like, so I can never just sit and watch a movie. It is so fragmented. So even though I started like mid-afternoon, it was probably like 8, 9 o'clock by the time I got to that scene again. And yeah, I can't watch that for more than 15 seconds. And they sit on that for what feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That fucking face. And
they do.
I can't do it. It terrifies me.
And it's like that last rush too. Like I didn't notice like when she sees it and then like the camera's like, you're like, it's like that. It gives you that.
And you get that sound. Yeah. That little sound stinger as well.
And I jumped again last night when I at that part, and I knew it was coming. But
that has never not fucked me up.
Like, that was a crazy scene, man. I mean, just think about it. Just pick up your phone right now and you know, point it at something and think about, you know, dreams that you may have had or thinking something's bad, and you see your dead body walking towards you, man, and that's going to be the image of what is ultimately to come. That's nightmare fuel, man.
And that's when they reprise the whole beginning again. Like, I feel like something's going to happen to me. I feel like something has happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it was after that experience, you know, that she had that talk with the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she buried her phone. Like, I didn't like, I'm still trying to understand the whole, you know, because the family came back, right? They saw where she was in the video, the footage they saw, and they went back to it at night and they dug up and they found where she buried her phone, her bracelet.
Yeah, because then they tracked down like her friends from that trip.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, again, like as a closure thing, I guess, like they wanted to see everyone else's footage from that trip. And one of the friends happened to catch her drifting off and apparently burying all of her valuables.
So was she doing that because she knew her parents will eventually come there and find it and tell the story? Is that what that was? Or because I always wondered, like, why is she burying this?
I took it as she didn't want anybody to know.
Was she shit in the bed? Like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just see? Let me bury it so I could just get it out of my life like it never even fucking happened.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I never figured that part of it, but I did kind of take it as, like, I didn't think she was leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for the family. It was like she literally and metaphorically bury it. Like, she didn't want that getting out at all.
Yeah, bury the memory, bury everything.
Yeah, like she didn't, like, it terrified her so much that now I want to look into that.
Yeah,
or maybe rewatch to find out if they do make any mention of that.
I had that on as a note that I took last night as I'm watching it, and I'm like, I wonder why she's burying it. Like to me, again, I could see it with the breadcrumbs, or, you know, for me more it was that she was just trying to bury this disturbing image, this memory. Like, if I bury it and put it away, it's not going to happen, right? It won't come to fruition. It's just, so that's kind of how my mind played it off. So this double life that Alice led,
which was another aspect of the movie that I loved, because I've only mentioned it about 50 times since we started this show.
Yeah.
Or this show as a whole. Like that, I'm a fan of David Lynch. And even though I was probably like 20 years late to the game, I really got hooked on Twin Peaks. So I really got a kick out of the whole idea of, you know, who killed Laura Palmer, and now you got Alice Palmer, who had this mysterious death. Then you find out she has a double life, just like Laura Palmer. So that part of it appealed to me as well. Like, if I had to pick, I guess, a superficial thing that I liked about it, it would be that.
Yeah.
That I definitely got some Twin Peaks vibes from it.
Yeah. And as a parent, I'd be fucking losing my shit, man. I'd be hunting those motherfuckers down, whatever state they were, because Alice is 16 years old. And to me, she's a fucking minor, and she's having so again, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it. Her double life is her neighbor and his wife. She had an affair. She had a threesome with them.
Yeah, because it was after Yeah, it was after it came out about Matthew's pictures and videos. You know, he fabricated that.
Yeah.
And was it him or but one way or another they went back to his footage and they just happened to notice in one of the videos, like, wait, who the fuck's that creeping in the corner of the room? And then they find out, they find out it was the husband from next door trying to sneak into her room. So yeah, they go and investigate to find out, all right, what the fuck was he looking for? Go into her safe or whatever it was.
The porn tape. He was looking for the fucking porn tape.
Yeah, wanted to get rid of that. And the first time I saw it, it did catch me off guard. Like, why? But I guess the more I watch it, I realize I guess it was meant to be like a red herring type thing. Like they were going, all right, well, it was already debunked that Matthew was recording all this, you know, supernatural shit. But it was like, oh God, now we found out she was banging the neighbors.
Yeah. But so was she murdered? Was she, you know?
Yeah. So beyond that, it was like, oh my God, we found out this was happened. We went to confront them about it, and now they're MIA. And yes, you would absolutely scour the fucking planet until you found them. But it was, other than that, 10 minutes of the movie where it was like, oh my God, we found out this thing happened. Let's confront them about, okay, now they're gone. And then they just like moved on. But you thought that was going to play a bigger part in it.
Yeah, it just, I think it just plays the part to, like, you know, Alice was fucked up. She was fucked up. She has these dreams. She has these premonitions of the future. She was in a bad headspace. I mean, she couldn't talk. Maybe she couldn't talk to her mom. They touched on a little bit where
they had like a shady relationship.
They had a shady relationship, right? They couldn't
like
really
they
be
were
open
close,
and honest.
but they weren't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they all had their little secrets, and this was Alice's secret, that she was banging the neighbor and his wife.
Just like Laura Palmer, who was banging half the town.
Yeah, but to your point, then it just kind of fizzles out. They don't go anywhere with it. It was just another thing that, you know, Alice had, and you know, even her friends, you know, when they were interviewing her friends, they're like, yeah, you know, we would never see that. We were, you know, we seen her around the neighbor, you know, at parties or something when they were all
weren't
together.
They like the babysitters or something?
They were the babysitters. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as a parent, if I was the father, yeah, you can't. You better fucking go somewhere.
Scorched earth, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Because I will find you. I will fucking find you.
But like as the friend mentioned, like Alice had secrets, and then she was, you know, it was a secret that she even had secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget how it came out, but it was like, yeah, like she had shit going on that she literally took to the grave.
Yeah,
and it just so happens there was evidence for some of this shit to surface.
Yeah,
which I guess
it's funny too because I wanted to ask you, the bruises on Matthew. Remember the scene where
did
had
they
some
follow
bruises?
through with that?
What was it like? Because again, you know, Alice is not mean. She's not like, did she fucking hurt him? What the fuck were those bruises? That was
such a forgettable thing. Like every time I watch it, it was like, oh yeah, that's also a thing that happened. And even though I just watched it 12 fucking hours ago, I forgot about it until you brought it up. Yeah,
because that was another one I'm like struggling with.
They never did pay that off, did they? It was just another one of those like, ooh, is this part of the equation?
Yeah.
And it was like, well, no, it was like, okay, yeah, that's a mystery.
Like with any haunting, right? Any paranormal experience, right? You get scratches on the body, or something touched me, something, you know, punched
Book
me.
Of Shadows, where you get symbols appear.
Oh yeah, I love Book of Shadows, man. I got to rewatch that movie, man. That's so underrated.
Everybody's got to watch that.
So underrated, man. I enjoyed that when it first came out. Everybody shit on it, but flipping back to Butterfly Kisses. So one of the good things that they did, Eduardo Sanchez is in that movie.
Okay.
The director of Blair Witch, and he plays a role to where he's actually on a radio show with this filmmaker who's promoting these tapes that he found about the Peeping Tom. And he's basically saying to him, nah, man, just stop with the bullshit. Stop trying to prove that it's real. It's not real. I understand you're a filmmaker. I did the same thing with the Blair Witch. Right? So it's cool how they kind of weave that into it.
Put that added layer of reality into it.
Exactly. But yeah, the bruises, I don't know. I don't know how that connects. Like, you know, was Was Alice pissed at her brother for something, and she did fucking attack, or she did do something?
Or maybe that was just her spirit giving a little like, boop,
yeah,
like, hey bro. Yeah, it's funny that every time I watch, because it's so, and again, it's like in the first act of the film. So
oh yeah, you could forget about it easily, right?
So,
it's just like thrown in there.
So much happens, despite what some people say, so much happens in that movie that you kind of forget about that one detail.
Yeah, and you would think it's a paranormal trope for horror, right? Yeah, the typical scratches, the bruises on the body, paranormal. But it doesn't go anywhere. And that's kind of, but and the burying of the phone are two things I need to find out. I need answers on. We should get Joel Anderson on, and we should fucking interview him. Say, I just want to talk to you about these two questions right here.
Yeah, we don't even need a full interview. Can you just give us 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, just so we can get this out of you?
Yeah, we're going to have to get our marketing manager, Joe T, to fucking hunt down Joel Anderson. I see Danny C's sending us notifications on our, can you text him, please, and say, we're fucking recording here, Danny C?
I'm actually recording from my phone, so.
Okay. But, so, look, Lake Mungo.
Just talking about it now, it's really sinking in, like, they do a lot of standard found footage tropes, but it never felt like it.
No, because they do it in a way that,
like, they smoothly move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
you don't really like the bruises and all. Like, you don't really focus on, like, all right, what's the whole meaning of this? By this point, they already got another mystery up. But I felt it was, again, done in such a smooth way.
Yeah.
You're not like, wait, we got to go back to, don't leave this ambiguous.
Yeah. It was the perfect horror mockumentary. Like I said, it's one of the best, if not the best, that I've seen that has done this way. And again, I attribute that to the acting. The mother and father, they were believable. The brother, they were believable. You felt like they were grieving over their daughter, sister. They were trying to find answers, the pictures, right, with him kind of putting, her image in there, and just everything about this movie. It's the mood, the atmosphere, it's haunting, it's not going to scare the shit out of you, but you will put on the lights. You exactly, right? This movie stays with you. This is one of the movies that will fucking just stay with you, and you're thinking about these things, and it gets under your skin, and it fucking lives there for a bit.
Yeah, like I said, the very first time I watched it. Now, granted, I had a few drinks, so I was buzzed, and it was late enough that I was kind of dozing off a little bit here and there. So I was like in between states when that shot at the, on the beach happens. But that grabbed me in a way. Actually, I think it was, again, that audio stinger when they froze on the face.
Yeah.
That, and then I'm looking, so I just remember looking at the TV, and it was just like, okay, they're good. All right, they're talking, like, you hear the other people talking, so they're going to cut away from the, they're still on that thing. And I, again, literally could not sleep for like 2 days after watching that, because every time I closed my eyes, that fucking image was burned into my head. It got to the point where at the second day I was at work, and the customer, she was really nice, she noticed something about me was off. Like, we only knew each other for like 2 days at this point, but she's like, are you all right? And I said, I didn't sleep in a day or two. And she's like, oh my God, is everything all right? And I'm thinking, she cares too much for somebody who's paying me to be at her house. But I just said, no, I just saw a movie the other night, and I said I hadn't been able to sleep since. And she's like, what was it? And I told her about the movie, and I just said there was just one image that I can't get out of my head. And she's like, I don't like horror, but I need to see this now. And yeah, she saw that I was like practically falling over. Because again, this was like at the end of the second day of like no sleep. I was probably on like 50 hours. I don't know. But
I just sent a note to Danny C. I said, stop interrupting our recording. Dave and I are discussing an amazing movie here. Like, whoa!
Surprise! We've been setting them up. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Actually, this is our secret episode talking about the top 10 Blumhouse movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And we didn't invite Joe because he shit on the Blumhouse house.
You shit on my Blumhouse.
All right, so do we want to wrap Lake Mungo up in a nice little tidy little package here?
I mean,
fucking love
never, but yeah, it's that time.
Yeah, I could again, if you love found footage and you love those slow burns and just that creepy get under your skin type of movie, Lake Mungo does it better than any other fucking movie out there. There's a lot of people that agree with me. Some don't. But there's a lot of fucking people on the internet everywhere that agree that this is one of the better ones.
Again, being posed as a documentary, not that much happens, but it sticks with you.
Yeah. And if you're the type that want jump scares and you're looking for substance and you just want that rush and you have your own thought of what horror should be in the found footage, or maybe you just hate found footage, you're not going to like this movie. Yeah. Right. But if you go into it knowing that this is a mockumentary type of a family that just lost a daughter and you're watching everything unfold, the supernatural, the paranormal events after she passes that happens in the house and just how they grieve and how they deal with it, it's fucking great.
Yeah, it's like a very subtle roller coaster.
Exactly.
Because again, you're establishing their grief, and then, oh my God, these things are popping up in videos.
Yeah.
Or popping up in photos, and it was like, oh my god, like, what's going on? And it was just like, it was all fake. Yeah. And then another thing comes in, it's like, oh shit, where's this gonna go? Wait, no, that's over too. So it kind of takes you, like, it builds up tension just enough, then they fucking pull the rug out from under you and move on to the next mystery.
They close on the one image of the image that they took when they're moving, because now they're moving, they're leaving the house, right? So you have the image and you have the window right there, right? And they feel closure, right? The house felt better as they were praying. I think with finding the tape and everything, there was closure. So the haunting or whatever it was, they feel has ended.
Yep.
And then they show the shot of her. You could see her image and in the window. So she's going to remain in that house, right? That's where she's going to stay. But it's cool, too, because that image they show at the beginning of the movie, but they don't focus on the window. And my eyes went fucking directly to, I'm like, all right, can I see her there now?
Oh, yeah, on a rewatch, because the first time I watched it, and then the whole ending credits thing, I didn't think I guess, because I knew what they were doing during the credits. Like, I heard about that in advance, and it was still just as fucking eerie watching it, even though you knew something was going to happen. But it wasn't until after I watched it the first time where I went and backed up to when they first revealed these pictures, and the shit was there.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like they dubbed it in and just put it in for the credits, like, oh, you missed this. It was there, you did miss it.
It was there. And all the images, even the one where he fabricated, or he created the one where I guess the shadow was walking through the room. Yeah. But the mirror in the back actually has her bloated, drowned image of her face in the mirror, and you don't see it until... That's what I love. I want people...
It was masterful misdirect.
Exactly. I want horror fans to appreciate this movie, but just think about if I was to take a photo, like with my phone, and something showed up, how would you feel about that? How would you, would that creep you out? Would that freak you out that an image showed up on there? If that freaks you out, this movie will do it for you. All right, so Lake Mungo, let's grade it. Let's rate it. What do you got for this, Dave?
I might actually go to a 9, 8.5, 9.
Yeah, I'm right there. Right there. I'm a 9. I'm a 9 for Lake Mungo.
And again, for as many times I watched it, and it fucks with me every time.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't my wheelhouse. This isn't the kind of movie I would typically get into. There are a handful that I would love to watch again and all, but this creeps me out every time.
Yeah. Lake Mungo. If you haven't seen it, hopefully you will go check it out. Don't listen to this because we'll fuck it up for you. But and don't read anything because I'm sure it's all over the internet. This is a popular movie that has one of the most disturbing images in a movie. So
and that was the sex tape.
Yeah, right.
Because that's the other thing.
That
too.
was fucking disturbing.
That's the other thing. She was 16 when she passed. How old was that tape?
Yeah. That's why I said I'd cut that dude's fucking balls off. I'd hunt him down. He would never get away from me. So, I may need just a bathroom break real quick.
All right, yeah, I'll pause it. We'll take a minute.
And then we'll come back and we'll get all fucking nostalgic, you and I.
So, all you listeners out there, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a moment. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
I think I just saw an orb fly by.
Probably.
Huh.
I am right by the aforementioned staircase.
Oh, okay. All right, so
part two.
Part two.
Going to take it back all the way to 1979.
Yes, we are, because we are old as fuck and we are nostalgic and we enjoy talking about the olden days. So this is going to be fun. So I guess let me ask you the first question here, because we're going to jump right into Fangoria, which I think is one of the most definitive horror magazines out there. When were you first introduced to Fangoria? What was the first time that you saw that glorious cover? Where were you? What was, just paint the picture for us, for our listeners.
I see, that's...
Is that a difficult question?
I've had a few beers since then, so unfortunately a lot of that's hazy. Okay. In the past week I have been looking up like videos and things like that, like see what could like re-spark what. I have like a small handful of things, because again, I never got the subscription, but my best friend at the time, my secondary house pretty much, he had that, and he had Gore Zone. He had the subscription. So anytime we would hang out, like especially on the weekends, we would, all get together. He had a screened-in porch off the side of his house. So whenever we would get together, it would always start off like, oh, the new issue came in, and we would just sit there for an hour. Like we'd be trading off like the two magazines and running through whatever articles we wanted to do, things like that. I think the first one I saw, it might have been Phantasm 2. It might have been the cover for that. I've mentioned it a few times. I know the one magazine cover that like I have the hardest memory on was the Gore Zone issue when they had Jason on the cover for A New Blood, the unmasked version. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm like I said, I'm pretty hazy. Yeah.
Is this it?
Yes. That was the first Fangoria I remember seeing.
I have the trading card set. Fangoria of all the covers.
The fucking snot-nosed tall man.
Yeah.
He had COVID before it was cool, man.
This right here for me is the first time I ever saw Fangoria.
Yes, that was another one.
This was Friday the 13th Part 2. This was it was
Pamela's
number
head.
12. It was number 12.
Okay.
Mrs. Voorhees' head in the refrigerator. I remember I was what year was this that this came out? I mean, what was I, 10 years old? I mean, oh my God, $2.25. Back in the day. I remember my sister, I walked into this drugstore. My sister had to pick something up, and they had, you know, the magazine rack right there. And I remember seeing this one sitting there in all its fucking glory, man. And I was like, oh my God, what is that? So my sister bought it for me, and I never looked back. And I subscribed to it. I waited, you know, I didn't subscribe right out of the gate, but I waited. You know, I think it came out like every month or every other month, a new episode, new issue. And I would even fucking call the, you know, the stores, you know, when you get Fangoria, when is it due in? When is your shipments coming? I would be there the first fucking day that it got released. I would grab it. And I devoured these pages, man. I would read these articles over and over. And for all the listeners out there who, you know, again, no internet, no nothing, this was how you learned about horror. Through these, you know, famous monsters or Fangoria, and eventually Gore Zone. This was how you learned about horror. And
thank you, Starlog.
Yes. And
they
you know,
decided, they needed something to represent some horror, and boy,
and the pictures were all you got. You know, you had to go on, right, to know, oh, that's going to be a cool scene in the movie. Look at that picture. And I remember another one that was probably right here, Spasms. I remember
that one.
I remember this I keep saying episode. I remember this issue because it was like, what the fuck was this? Was like that Snake movie or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fangoria, man, they had the Terror Teletype. Little fucking article in the back of the magazine after you read through it, and it was like what was coming. And that was the only space that I focused on too, was because it was going to tell me what was going to be released. Or again, that was the only way you knew of what directors were doing, what horror movies were being made. You know, it wasn't like today. Fucking love Fangoria, man. The covers are fantastic.
Yeah, you got all the behind the scenes shit. Again, pre-internet. So you got that issue where if you have, like, you know, Savini or fucking Jaeger doing their thing, you know, it was just, there was just something special about that. It was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see how this effect turns out.
I pulled some of my greatest Fangoria covers out of this deck, and I'm just going to throw them out there. Gates of Hell.
Okay.
Right? Showed you that one. This one was cool with the fun house.
Yes.
Right? So that one was cool. This was the best, though. This was, and Danny C will love this, Farmer Vincent.
Yep. This
was a difficult issue to find. I mean, this one's probably worth the most. Number 9, next to the first one, which was this one, right? This was the first issue with Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla was number 1.
Look at remember this one? Videodrome, TV with guts.
Yeah. I don't know if I should be the one to break that. Yep. Fucking Fulci.
Man, fucking Fulci.
I just happened, again, for shits and giggles, went on Marketplace just to see what they had on there as far as Fangoria goes. And there was somebody selling, I think it was they wanted $250 for it. It was American Werewolf cover, Motel Hell, and what was the other one? It might have been the Phantasm cover.
Was it this one?
Yes. They had that. They had Motel Hell, and yeah, they had 3 issues, and they wanted $250 for all 3 of them.
$250?
Yeah. So if that's still on there, I might know a guy.
So I'm gonna get into the most painful aspect of my fucking life. I had mint copies of Fangoria. I had I think it was issues 1 through 50 or something like that. Way back when, Dave.
like the American Psycho meme.
And I sold them. I sold them because I needed cash at the time because I was struggling at one point and I just needed to put food on the table. And
OnlyFans didn't exist yet.
I sold, I think it was like 150 or $200, something like that. The guy gave Chiller Theater. Actually, Chiller Theater is where he used to, before they became Chiller Theater now.
Yeah.
They had a store in Hackensack way back when, a little fucking store that, and I went in there and I sold them, and I fucking hate myself for it every fucking day because now I'm collecting horror shit. Now it's like, you know, and you know, I have still a box full of Fangoria magazines that, you know, that are destroyed, right? Their fucking covers are missing. They're fucking, you know, if you could look in the corner there, Dave, you'll see I have The Beast Within.
Oh yeah, I've been staring at that half the time we've been doing this.
So I have the actual Beast Within, you know, movie poster, and then that Beast Within right there was the insert of one of the Fangoria magazines because they used to have the posters.
Yeah.
Right on the covers. So, but yeah, man,
oh yeah, then the ads in the back where you could get the authentic Freddy glove and like shit like that.
Yeah. And then they had the remember we were talking about that during our VHS episode with they had the listing of all the VHS tapes that you could buy, right? And they had all the titles or $80, $100. I'm like, who the fuck would spend? Think about that now, man. Spending $100 on a video cassette.
Yeah, I mean, when DVDs, like, yeah, when VHS came down to like $20 a tape, it was like, oh my god! And it's like now to this day, like you could get a 4K Blu-ray with a digital copy for like $35.
Yeah.
But when VHS dropped to 20, it was like, oh my god, life will not get any better than this. Yeah, it was, if a cheap movie was $80, and you know some of them went up to like $1.10, $1.20. So crazy, yeah, to go through those ads, and you always thinking like someday I'm going to make that kind of money where I could just frivolously. But like, again, I hate talking shit. Well, on my fellow nerds. However, just think,
roll it out, baby.
For what you know, for what a copy of a Beast Within on VHS cost, Dan spent on Skinamarink.
Yeah, he did. He could have had a copy of the Beast Within, and he probably would have enjoyed that more.
Not only did he have an unsatisfying outing with the family, but I'm pretty sure he almost got divorced.
Yeah, Colleen was not happy. She was I still to this day don't know. I mean, it was dropping on Shudder. Where you going?
I'm surprised I didn't get in more trouble because that was my second watch. So the fact that you didn't warn us, it's like, I didn't want to spoil anything.
I didn't want to spoil the Lego in the fucking corner. Speaking of Legos, did you see for Jaws 50th?
Yes.
Next year, the fucking Lego?
Yep, the ship.
The Orca and everything. Oh my god, I'm owning that shit. So, yeah, Fangoria.
Put it next to your Fisher-Price phone, or I could loan you mine for the photos. So you got the Legos, the phone. I might have some
camera pointed at the corner of the casing. My door.
I was going to say I might have some extra trim work in the garage. I could put that on display.
There you go. Experimental horror, man. Let's make it. Let's do it. But yeah, for me, man, Fangoria was what got me into horror. And it's just I love reminiscing about back in the day. My wife yells at me all the time because everything I say is, well, back in the day. She's like, maybe you should go fucking live back in the day again. Put me in a time machine, man. Send me back. Let's go.
She should be.
Yeah, but she
should be more appreciative.
Oh, she is, but she gets upset with me because I always back to the day, right? It's like I still kind of live in that time where it was just better. Everything about the world was fucking better.
It's funny that I think I recently made the reference too. Did you see Napoleon Dynamite?
Bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
Never saw it straight through.
How familiar are you with Uncle Rico?
Not too familiar at all. But you can enlighten me.
So, like, his whole thing was, because if I remember right, it's supposed to take place like modern day, or at least at the time the movie was made. But the thing with Uncle Rico is he's just that cringy scumbag type uncle. But his whole character is, you know, if I could just go back to 82, like that was the prime of my life. And apparently he played football in high school and he was like more cringy than Al Bundy. Like, yeah, back in 82, I could have gone all pro and like, and that was the whole thing, how cringy it was that he could not get out of 82. And it's like, I find myself now like, oh, if I could just go back to such and such, it's like, fuck, I'm Uncle Rico now. Like,
there you go.
I'm living in those glory days.
Times were just better, man. It was just, everything was better. It was just a different world, man. And I'm so happy that I got a chance to grow up in that time as well, right? So I'm getting the best of both worlds. That's what's great about Gen X, is that you enjoyed that time where you were hanging out, you were fucking, you know, there was no social media, there was none of that bullshit, and now you're enjoying this technology.
Well, that might be a strong word, but yes, utilizing technology.
Yeah, utilizing technology, but
and it was supposed to make things so much better, and yeah, we just want to go back to that analog world. Yeah, right. Back in the day, where your birthday parties, where your skating rink,
or your uncle and your grandfather smoking fucking cigarettes over you while you're blowing out your fucking candles, ashtrays everywhere, beer cans everywhere. It was a different world.
I'm gonna have a nice long cry after this.
Yeah. You know, Dave, we probably got so much nostalgia to talk about. We could probably do 20 episodes on fucking back in the day.
I really think we need to do a spin-off series. And yeah, of course, horror is always going to be part of it, but especially after that 85 episode, how we dabbled into just culture in general of the year.
I love it, man.
I feel like us old farts have something to get into.
I want to devote an entire fucking episode to Fun Dip. You remember, right? You remember Fun Dip? They had the package of the fucking sugar crystals. And they got
80s cocaine.
Oh my God.
80s childhood cocaine.
That's exactly what it was, man. That's exactly what it was.
It wasn't even good, but it was just the glory of doing it. It was the activity.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was just fucking colored sugar.
Yeah. And I used to yell at my buddy too, because we used to go to the store. We used to pick them up. And I used to watch him eat it, and it's like he would dip the stick into the fucking, you know, powdered sugar, the crystal sugar, and he would bite the stick and he would fucking chew it. I'm like, dude, you're gonna be done. You're gonna have all this fucking.
Now you gotta use your dirty ass finger.
Yeah, you're gonna stick your finger. I'm like, no, you gotta fucking, you gotta lick that shit off and then stick it back in. You gotta enjoy it, man. Don't fucking chew it.
A 3.
Or going to the store and getting the fucking fake beers. You remember going to the store? Like, what were they called? What the fuck were they called again? Man, they had a
block.
I got
candy cigarettes stuck in my head.
Candy cigarettes, right? Yeah, you get the initial puff, right? The one puff of smoke that comes out, and you're like, yes.
Which was what? Just very fine powdered sugar.
Exactly. Fake beer in the 80s. What was fake beer in the 80s? What was non-alcoholic beer in the 80s? Caliber. I don't know what the fuck that was. There was a certain type, and I remember going to the store. I used to play ball. There was a ball field, and we used to just play baseball all evening long. And we used to go to the store, and we used to get the fake beer. And after the game, we used to sit there and drink it like we were important.
And that was, I guess, we were kind of narcissistic, because that was the beauty of most of that shit. That was like, we felt important, we felt grown up.
Yeah.
And we were doing these things that adults shouldn't even be doing.
Yeah.
Like, come to think of it, I'm surprised they didn't make some kind of like porn equivalent for us. some G-rated thing just so we could have that porn, although we were busy stealing, Dad's penthouse and shit, so.
I used to like fucking save up your cash. I remember like pooling our fucking money together and buying fucking batteries so we'd have enough juice for my buddy's big ass fucking radio with his cassette radio that we would walk around with. And we were that group, 5 or 6 of us walking around town, radio cranked, just fucking getting into all kinds of fucking mischief, playing our fucking cassettes.
All right, I got an important question, just so I understand what his status in life was. Was his radio, did it take the 8Ds or the 12Ds?
It took the 8Ds.
Okay.
He didn't graduate to the 12Ds. I believe it was the 8Ds. It was kind of mid-scale.
Okay.
And it wasn't the double cassette either, right? Which was always great to have, just like, someone who used to take all those rental movies home and record them because they had 2 VCRs. Allegedly.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I think this is triggering. We got to continue with this in some way.
Yeah. I want to talk about when we went to McDonald's. There were fucking McDonald's ashtrays on the table.
The little aluminum. Or are you talking the glass ones?
No,
they had those amber glass ones at one point too.
No, I'm talking about almost like the aluminum foil type ones, right? The real thin ones.
I'm thinking of diners that had the glass ones.
Yes.
Always at the table. And then late single-digit years, then it became like, smoking or non-smoking. And then just one day it was like, yeah, put that shit out. We don't do that here anymore.
Yeah. Listen, I'm down for a spinoff, dude. If we want to do that, when you brought that up, man, I am so down for it, man. I would definitely. And again, we can touch on horror, but just touch on everything, entertainment, the candy we were eating, the things we were doing, right? Just take ourselves back and get a little nostalgic, man.
Yeah. And for everyone listening to this, let us know what topics you want to hear us old fucks talk about.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Better days.
Yeah.
Better days. Yeah,
I was going to say, again, technology has, for the most part, made things so much simpler, yet it felt simpler without technology.
It did. It did.
You figured shit out.
Yeah. You lived back then, Dave. You lived, right? You got home from school. The second you were home, you were out. You were hanging out. You came home for dinner, and then you were right back out. You never told your parents where you were going because, you just be home at a certain time, right?
And we didn't have air tags. Like, it was just, you knew where to be, and your parents knew within 5 different places in the county that you could have been.
Yeah.
So
and you weren't really getting in trouble. You weren't doing. You were hanging out, man. You were just hanging out, listening to tunes.
You felt like you were being rebellious and possibly doing something shady, but you weren't.
Yeah, yeah. You were trying to scare your sister with the Exorcist theme and ripping open your leg. That was a horrible moment for me, man. Did I tell that story? I
don't think so.
So. I grew up and I lived in the projects back then when I was younger, right? So you had all the apartments, and my sister was hanging out with her girlfriend who lived at the corner apartment. Okay. So me, my buddy, my brother, a couple of buddies, we had the Exorcist soundtrack, right? So he recorded the Tubular Bells, and we were like, we're gonna scare my fucking sister and her friend, right? But we gotta be fucking stealth-like, so we gotta come around, So there was a fence. It was a fence that we all had to hop, right? And this motherfucker put the fence in upside down, so the spokes were out on the top, right? So there's me, right? I got my leg. And this is right here, man. I got a fucking hole right here. I got my leg on top of the spoke, right? And I'm getting ready to go over. And I hear my friend say, hey, grab the radio. He wasn't talking to me. He was talking to my brother who was yet to climb the fence. Thought he was talking to me. So instead of taking my leg off the spoke, I jumped down. And when I jumped down, I ripped, no joke, dude, I must have been, 11, 12 years old. I ripped a hole this fucking big into my fucking, right where my knee bends. Everything, the fat, everything was just hanging out. I mean, it was so deep. I lost my shit. I could not, I looked at my leg. I just went in shock. I ran home so fucking fast, blood gushing out my leg. I got a hole in my leg, and I run in, and my neighbors were over the house. I'm like, Ma, tell me I don't need stitches. Tell me I don't need stitches. She's looking. She's like, stitches? They had to stitch it inside. That's how deep it was. So they had to stitch it inside and then stitch it again.
To close it.
To close it. But where it was at was, so we never got to fucking scare him, obviously. We ruined that fucking scare. It was where I bent my leg all the time. So this motherfucker, as it was healing, would always pop. Because it was so, they had to pull the skin. It was that area where it was so tight. And I had a fucking walker, dude. It was a fucking summer. And all my friends run into the ice cream truck when the ice cream truck came. And there was fucking John with his fucking walker, like a 90-year-old fucking man.
Hold up, I'll be right there.
I want a snow cone. A chocolate eclair. But yeah, it took so fucking long for that thing to heal. Yeah, that was all because I wanted to scare my sister. So lesson learned. Take your fucking leg off the fence.
Did it, what kind of gouge are we talking? Did it look like a shark bite or?
No. It was literally, think of pulling your skin tight and then just kind of slicing it, and it just opens, right? Because it was literally, it was a hole. It was a hole like this that they had to just kind of graft and put there. I still have, obviously, the scar and everything, but yeah, that was, and I'm running and I'm like, please tell me I don't need stitches, please. And Mom's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You need like 12 layers of stitches.
Exactly. Oh, I must have had like 40, 50 stitches to close that fucking thing up. It tore just think of it.
Yeah.
Put your leg and then just jump right down. It just literally just ripped my fucking leg open. Not like the shark bite that Danny C is going to get in his ass when he doesn't listen to me and goes fucking swimming.
In the shark attack capital of the world?
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach, right? Yeah, because shark attacks, they fucking happen like every fucking 5 minutes there. There's a lot of shark attacks, I'm telling you. It's rising. I just saw another shark attack now in Florida. Guy got bit on his heel. I don't run the risk, baby. I don't put myself in that fucking situation, man. Like I said in the text later, you get warm, throw some fucking cold water over your head and cool yourself off like that.
Yeah, but it's about playing in the water. But no, I get it. I haven't been in the ocean in a while because, mainly because I have zero tolerance for cold. And in my opinion, the ocean is not a proper temperature until like the first week of September, in which case then I'm not always available to take a dip and all. So I'm fine with if somebody offers a pool, I'll jump in there. But yeah, I'm not anti-ocean. Like I said, for me, it's more of a temperature thing. And, it's rare that it's at a point where I could go in there and not worry, forget shrinkage. It's just, I literally just go paralyzed. As soon as it gets to like upper thigh, I'm just like, I can't move. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, no, my luck, man. I don't know. I'll get fucking bit, so I stay out of that shit, man. I don't. Like I said, I don't want to be anywhere where I fall to the bottom of the food chain. Like I don't want to walk in a fucking jungle where there's lions and tigers and shit, around, or bears or whatever, and put myself in that situation.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh my. But what else, Dave? You want to touch on anything else? This was a good episode. I'm glad we finally got a chance to go solo here and talk about a movie we both thoroughly enjoy.
Yes. And an era of journalism that we both enjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I wish I had, because at the time I had a ton of memories when it came to those magazines, but yeah, unfortunately a lot of them got buried. I wish I had more on the surface right now. I know another one that really fucked with me, and again, I keep forgetting because my buddy had both, so I don't remember if it was Fangoria or Gore Zone, but when they had, I don't think it was the cover, I think it was the poster in the middle, of Hellraiser 2 with the I'm in hell, help me.
Oh, yeah,
What was it, in the bathroom or something?
Yeah.
I remember that fucking me up so bad.
I can find Hellraiser 2. I think they had
And I remember seeing that, and as much as it terrified me, like, I couldn't wait to see that movie.
Remember this one with Ozzy on it? The Rock episode when he was he played the werewolf, Bark at the Moon.
Okay.
For the video, right?
Yeah.
Forgot about that one. That Ozzy did almost like his own Michael Jackson type thriller.
I think I saw that like after the fact.
Yeah, man, this takes me back, man. This takes me back.
So on our next episode, we're going to do the research and find out how much money did you throw away for that cash grab.
Dude, man, I try not to think about that because when I think about it, it just angers me.
Yeah.
That if I could rewind and go back, how great of a collector's item that would have been to have and just to enjoy. I mean, I still to this day pull out Fangoria and read articles.
Yeah.
And I enjoy just kind of reading through it. Gore Zone, you mentioned.
Because even like, yeah, it just reading those articles. I mean, most of that shit you probably memorized by now, but I feel like it's more like you actually picture yourself in that time when you first read it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're reading about movies that you can't wait to see, and this is your first time hearing about it. And it's like when I read the article, now it's like, all right, can't fucking do anything now. There's no, no more research I could do on this movie. It's going to come out when it comes out, and I just anticipate it. So you start forming, what is the movie about? Where are they going with it? Oh, that was a cool picture. I wonder what that's going to be in the movie. And that's how my mind played with Fangoria, and that's what made it great, right? That's what made that time great, because it was the build up to everything, because now everything is just real time. Now you want to learn about something, you fucking go on the internet and you find out, and there's no anticipation.
Although now I want to know if Skinamarink came out in the 80s. Everything else about it the same, but it came out then. And your only insight to the movie before it came out was Fangoria. How that would have played out. As opposed to that amazing trailer that we had to go by.
Yeah. That fucking trailer, man. I remember that day we were all together. We were looking at that trailer. That legit scared the
shit out of me. I remember being uncomfortable when I got home.
That trailer was fucking amazing, man. That trailer had me fucking hyped. Listen, Skinamarink is a decent movie. I don't shit on it. I accept it for what it is. It's just a different type of horror that, it doesn't have a ton going on, but
it's a textbook case of, again, I get why people hate it.
Sure, absolutely.
I just don't hate it.
Yeah, because they expect so. You go into a horror movie, I'm expecting to be scared, I'm expecting blood, I'm expecting action, I'm expecting a story, I'm expecting, so you go in with those expectations, and then you watch this experimental horror, and you don't really get connected to what this guy was trying to do with this movie, the story he was trying to tell, the nightmare of, hey, I'm going to put you in the minds of these two children, right? They wake up, this is their scenario, go, right? I mean, I can watch a movie from that vantage point and enjoy it, knowing that, all right, I'm not going to see anything scary, I'm not going to see anything bloody, I'm not going to, this is not one of those movies. But that's me.
Well, all right. Maybe I'll cut this out and save it for the multiverse episode. But, all right, you remember the very end of Skinamarink, where they were going like, what's your name? And then you just saw the shadow of that face. What if that was Alice?
Ooh.
What if the last shot of Skinamarink was Alice's face? Because it was never clear enough to tell, but it did seem feminine.
Yeah. What if they moved in that same house? What if that new family is living in Alice's house, and they were the ones that bought that house when the other family moved away and Alice was still there? Oh, there you go. Now we're connecting it. Save it for the multiverse.
Which it wouldn't work without including it. But Bosch tried warning them not to buy the house.
Yeah. Like in Sinister, right? Where the cop says, you know what, don't don't live in this house and write about this fucking, the shit went down. Just leave, right? That was Bosch. Bosch was that cop. Oh,
he was the Crazy Ralph of our universe.
Yes.
Don't do it. You're all doomed.
Yes. Crazy Ralph. When you said Crazy Ralph, I just, I don't know why my mind didn't go to Friday the 13th. Went to the fucking Honeymooners, dude. How did my mind go to fucking Ralph? Maybe it was Delirious or fucking Eddie Murphy with Ed Norton and Ralph Cranston.
Norton? I know you've been watching me.
Oh, shit, man. And then we got our Monster Mania coming up August 5th.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, which Saturday I did, when I recorded with Cryptic, Jeff I did mention to him.
Oh, okay.
About doing something, and I mean, he just kind of threw it out there on the spot. He's like, yeah, that could be cool. He's like, maybe we could do like a con talk or something. So sure. I asked him, motherfucker brought up a hack I would have never thought about, as simple as it is. Because I asked if they were going to Cherry Hill, and he's like, maybe. They're like hit or miss whether or not they go, because they both have like 1.5 jobs. She goes to school on top of things and all. So they are kind of all over the place. But same thing with cons. Like they go to a couple every now and then. But I told him, I said, yeah, I'm dreading this one because there's so much. Like you got the cast, basically the whole cast of Hellraiser. You got Robert. Yeah. It's like a lot of huge guests. Like this is an expensive con.
Yeah, yeah.
So I gotta be really cautious as to where I put my money in things. He's like, that's it, because he does, Father Evil.
Oh yeah,
He's at most of the cons. Well, Jeff's friends with him.
Oh really? Okay.
And Jeff also does I'm drawing a blank on the, but he does one of the haunts every year.
Oh okay.
But then when he goes to conventions, he has his own cosplay setup thing that he does. It's like this demonic thing. He made a mask. It looks really fucking good. But he does that. And he's like, see, that's the beauty of cosplaying. The celebrities want to take pictures with you. I'm like, I got to start dressing up for these fucking things.
Yeah.
Because, you may not get the full experience, but
I was debating doing the cosplay again with the clown, but I'm like, nah. I
always want to do something, even if it's just random, just a makeup thing and all. Maybe not like a specific character. But he told me the story a while back too about I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was when the movie was new. But I think he had like the VIP passes and all for this one, and he dressed up, and when they were doing one of the VIP things, this woman came up to him and was just like, oh my god, I love your costume, can I get a picture with you? And like basically she was like starstruck by him, and he was just a guy in a costume. So he went through the whole thing and like, oh yeah, like, and he's not like the arrogant type like that, but he was just like, yeah, cool, like I'll totally do a picture with you. And here later on, he found out this was the nun, the woman who played the nun.
Oh, wow.
She's the one that approached. I think it was out on the floor, actually, originally. She's like, oh, my God, I love your costume. Can I get a picture with you? And that's what it was. At the VIP party, he was just like, oh, yeah, how did you get back here? Like, oh, you got the passes too? And here it turns out she was one of the and then he said it completely 180'd. He was like, oh, my God, like... I had no idea that was you because the makeup job was so great for the movie. One of these
that'd be cool if we you should see if they're gonna show up at the con, because if they do, right, then we have something that we can collab with them on and talk about it.
Kind of like before when we did the Monster Mania episode, we could do that, but then I don't know if Bella's going again, but we could get her, we could get Kevin, we could make this like a whole entourage thing.
Absolutely, man. The more the merrier.
Which we'll have to figure out our schedule too, because I did get, when I went to party for Two-Eyed Kevin, when I grabbed the mail yesterday, I got the thank you card from that. and he wrote in there, thanks for coming, thanks for the gift, and looking forward to recording with you guys again. So
Okay.
it sounds like he's on board to do something else. I almost hit him up to ask him if he wanted to get in on this. I don't remember his thoughts on Mungo, but I feel like he gives it more respect than, those other kids.
Yeah, the other two.
Anywho,
yeah, this was fun, man. This was a good episode. Always enjoy to talk about Lake Mungo. I'm glad we finally covered that.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted to go harder and deeper on the movie, but I'm just glad that we pretty much touched the whole thing.
We did.
Wow, I'm just making this more and more gross.
We touched the whole thing.
We touched it enough. I wanted to go hard and deep, but yeah, and we'll have to look into this. Other things that, well, I guess this will be the trend for when I do one-on-one shows of those other fucking guys. When there's topics or movies that they don't want to discuss, we'll fuck it. We'll just do our own again, our old fart spin-off.
Listen, I love the spin-off idea, Dave. I'm definitely down for that, man. If we want to just hop on and just kind of pick a few things that maybe it's movies or shows or fucking toys or whatever it was, man. Just get nostalgic and think back to when days were better.
And since we're incorporating the Zoom thing more to help out with our schedules, and it always works out. Like even if just spontaneously one night or one day, whatever, one of us starts with, oh my God, I want to talk about this. How about you? Yeah. And then we just plug in and do it. And then we have, some bonus material or whatever in the can in case,
absolutely,
we fuck up and we can't get an episode out on time.
Absolutely. Well, we don't want to do that. Joe T is fucking, he'll be on our shit if we do that.
He's very, stringent or whatever with this. I don't know.
Yeah. He's structured.
But yeah, you and Danny got to watch In a Violent Nature because I thought of something after that hot take episode that
I'll eventually watch it. I'll probably have to buy it
because I want to know your guys' take on the ending of the movie.
Definitely check out Butterfly Kisses, man. Watch it through. I'm gonna probably check out this weekend Savage Land.
Okay.
Because I want to see what that's all about. That was another one that someone, that content creator, I forget who it was, but he was raving about that one too. So,
okay.
And I'm always down for some good horror found footage, man.
Just saying, Bad Ben. At least the first 8 of them were found footage.
yeah. Where are they on Prime?
Some of them are, like I said, he had all this bullshit with he accidentally signed away the rights to the movies just to get it on streaming. Then he went through this whole battle, and I think for $30,000 he bought his first 9 movies back. And then he ended up just starting his own, basically he has his own website and app where you could stream the shit. But I know some of them, I think I have 2 or 3 of them on Prime. And not even in order. It's 2, 6, and 8.
Yeah.
I have on Prime. But, that's when I love talking about it and keep bringing it up.
Yeah. You started it.
I don't expect anyone to like any of them. They're just a lot of fun. And I think I said it our first or second episode ever. Just the idea of some asshole from South Jersey for $300 decided I'm going to make this thing, and he did it. And then again, that's when I realized if we made something,
I would love to.
We could submit it to Prime, and they'll at least give it a shot. And then if it doesn't make them any money, then they'll just pull it.
I wish I had when I was younger, just getting into horror and everything, and hanging out with my friends and all that, and we were all into horror. I actually wrote a script. It was like a slasher type, and it was in my old fucking notepad. I wish I still had it, man. I must have wrote 7 or 8 pages. It was crazy shit, slasher movie. But dude, getting back to that, I would love to. It's all about finding that idea, right? It's all about originality. It's about like Paranormal Activity. Dude fucking made it for $15,000 in an apartment, but he was the first to kind of create something like that. And look at what it was. I would be so fucking down for coming up with an idea, writing something, and then filming something, because you never know, man. You catch on to something.
We'll have to talk one of these days, because there was an idea I had, but unfortunately at this point it's like I have so many X factors to it, or so many, like it could go in one of like 50 different directions, and I just can't focus as to like, is it going to be like a sci-fi body horror type thing? Is it going to be a supernatural thing? Like there's so many branches it could go, and I'm not sure which direction to focus on. And it's not mind-blowing like, oh my God, he invented this whole new type of horror, but it was an idea I had. And yeah, I'll have to run it by you, or run it by all of you, because I'm kind of curious if the idea at all interests anyone enough, at least to maybe make suggestions. And of course, part of me wants to get like Felissa and Das Malchi in the star in it, because I fucking love the two of them.
Here's what I want to do. I want to take the angle of creating my own urban legend. I want to figure something out that just create something. Just think of something that we can film, right? Whether it's on a phone or a camera, something that we can do. That's going to be easier for us. So you know, you always kind of veer into found footage territory, because that's the cheapest. But I want to create my own urban legend and figure out, and then go from there, right? Come up with a cool thing, because that's the idea that you need, right? You got to have something catchy. You got to grab at something that you haven't seen before. Yeah. So I'm going to start thinking about, you know, how do I create my own little urban legend?
And I mean, they made the movie for Slender Man, so whatever we come up with can't be any worse.
Exactly. And Butterfly Kisses, perfect example, right? That director, he created an urban legend of Peeping Tom in a tunnel in Baltimore. There you go. It starts there, right? So that's what I want to do.
Would Andrew Tully count as an urban legend?
Yeah.
Well, because that actually happened.
That actually happened. Yeah. All right, Dave.
But yes,
good episode, man. Appreciate
thanks for meeting up, and thanks to all you that actually listened to this and or watched it, and let us know what pop culture references you want us to make.
Yeah, and if you think of any urban legends, I'm gonna steal your ideas. So throw some ideas out there. We'll give you a cut of whatever fucking movie we make. But hey, maybe we should make a movie about fucking strange, odd-scented, fucking
doorknobs. And somehow associated with this random chain that keeps shifting.
Exactly, right? We'll get
that's
creative.
The subtle hint that the odd-scented doorknob is coming. You just see the twitch of the chain.
Yeah. Well, Danny C, Joe T, hope you guys doing well. And Dave, enjoyed it, man. Stay creepy, everyone.
Toodles.
Listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast, where we use the number 4 to save you time. Check out our entire catalog at excellentdayforapodcast.com. Also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Have a question? Email us at excellentdayforapodcast@gmail.com.
But guys, I want to interact on social media.
Excellent.
See what we did there?
Follow us on Twitter at ExcellentDay4A. Otherwise, search for What an Excellent Day for a Podcast to get our Facebook page, our group page, Instagram, YouTube, and our newly launched Twitch channel. Come say hello, share them all,